Welcome back to another edition of the Business Freedom Podcast. This is Lars Hedenborg, founder of Real Estate B School and co-founder of High Performance Real Estate Advisors. And today I want to chat about the key drivers. There are three key drivers to a sustainable, profitable real estate team and a business worth owning. And these three drivers, I'm going to dive deep into them. And then on the next podcast episode, I want to go into the fourth driver, where it strikes me that everyone goes to that one first, and they're not foundationally sound in these three key drivers. So let's get into it. So in order to build an actual business, and when I say a business, I mean something that has a life beyond the owner. And if you look at most real estate teams, I'm talking 90%. The business wouldn't be a business. It would cease to exist if the team leader didn't show up every day. And most team leaders, I mean, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I don't want to pass judgment on that. I just want to sort of force the issue that if you need to show up, the degree by which your business depends on you is the degree of which you even have a business. And so a lot of team leaders have to sell homes, work with buyers and sellers to even make any profit because they haven't set the thing up the right way. And beyond that, a lot of team leaders have to manage and micromanage, and they have their thumb on everyone in the business because they haven't set up systems and they haven't given clear expectations or measurables to their team to be able to win at a high level without them being involved in their day-to-day activities. So let's get into the three key drivers that once you get these three running at a high level in your business without you tinkering with them all the time, you're allowed to move on to the fourth key driver. And so the first key driver is attract. And it doesn't say spend money to drive forced registrations to a buyer search site or pay Zillow money, or, it doesn't say spend $100,000 a month on mass media. It says attract. How can you attract high quality buyers and sellers to your business? And within each driver, so I'm going to go through three drivers: attract, convert, deliver. Attract high quality buyers and sellers, convert them to loyal clients, and deliver on the promises you made to those buyers and sellers so that they become, screaming from the rooftop fans of your business. And so in attract, number one, the first accelerator within the attract driver is database marketing. Your database is a multi-million-dollar pillar in your business, and most team leaders don't treat it that way. They're grinding out transactions. And so how are you thinking about your database, and how are you feeding your database on a regular basis so it's turning into a multi-million-dollar pillar in your business? Our database will throw off $1.3 to $1.4 million of gross commission income. And I don't do anything in that. I don't even talk to anybody. I don't meet with any, sellers that come out of past clients or are people in my SOI. It's a system that runs itself. Number two is listing marketing. What are you doing to attract sellers into your web? And we'll talk about, converting here in a second, but what are you doing to attract? What kind of content are you putting out on social media? What kind of social proof do you have out there in terms of the reviews you have on Facebook and Google? What are you doing to expireds and FSBOs, attracting them to call into your office to set an appointment to meet with you? So think about attracting sellers into your business. And then buyer marketing. What are you doing with those listings to attract buyers into your world? Not paying, pay-per-click, Google pay-per-click, or Zillow or Realtor.com. There's nothing wrong with that if you can get the numbers to work. Although I don't really like putting someone in between me and the consumer. Increasingly, it's going to not be a good thing to allow someone else to control, to be a better marketer than you. So what are you doing to attract buyers into your world? And then convert is our second driver. First accelerator here is lead management. What are you doing to follow up with folks once they show interest in your buyer services, your seller services, or some kind of lead magnet, some report, a buyer report or a seller report that you put out there? What are you doing to nurture that person? Text, email, voicemail. What are you saying? What frequency are you following up? What technology are you using at this point in the process, of CRM or other bits of technologies that we use? That's the first accelerator. Second accelerator is appointment setting. How are you able to set appointments? What technology are you using to follow up with folks? What are you saying? Your scripts for the different lead sources. And is it all set up in a way where others are doing that work at a high level so that you don't have to do that work every day? And number three, the third accelerator within the convert driver is the consultation process. Do you have a sales process, where you meet with a buyer, you meet with a seller for the first time, you set an appointment, you get them to show up, you meet with them, and they agree to do business with you on your terms at your commission rates? And so what does that consultation process look like? The third driver is deliver. More and more the game is going to be won, especially in the shift storm that we're in. The game of real estate is going to be won in the deliver part of your business. How are you delivering on the promises you make to buyers and sellers so that you'll be relevant in the future and you'll be able to maintain the compensation that we're getting? The buy side is going through a radical transformation with a class action lawsuit, the 20 of the largest MLSs in the country, of which Charlotte MLS is one, I believe, Carolina MLS. What are you doing to present your services and then deliver on those services where you actually earned the commission that you were offered in a co-broke? If co-brokes even exist in the future, if you had to sit down with a buyer right now and convince them that you were worth what you got paid, how would you deliver on that promise? Same thing on the seller side. What are you doing to earn that commission? Highest level of service, the Ritz-Carlton of real estate for buyers and sellers. And then when the property goes under contract, you're working with a buyer or seller. What does your transaction coordination, transaction management look like, contract to close, so that they feel cared for and there's no surprises? Every question is answered proactively. You're really playing at a level that is going to make the shift storm irrelevant so that you're around in the future. All right, so attract, convert, deliver. You need to be able to attract buyers and sellers, convert them into clients, and deliver on the promises and get them to closing. All of that without you tinkering with any of it, meaning you can't be the only one looking for new business. You can't be the only one converting and delivering, working with buyers and sellers. You've got to look at the business where you can attract, convert, and deliver without you being involved in any of it. First part is mindset, right? So even if you're not quite there yet, or you're running a team and you're still in production and it's a complete shit show, you need to think about the business so that these drivers can run independent of you. The fourth driver, and the next podcast we're going to release, is scale. Only when you foundationally, figure out attract, convert, deliver, and you get those running without you, do you have the right to really scale the business? And when I talk scale, I'll dive in deeper in the next podcast. It's create your future, know your numbers, and grow your team. If you're at the point where this is kind of hitting you and you're like, man, I wish my business had some of this structure. We have a pilot program we've been running. It's a 30-day program. You work with us for free if you qualify. We're going to dive deep into your business. We're going to come up with a strategic game plan, 60-minute deep dive into the business. We'll get you into our foundations program. We'll get you specialist training on a weekly basis. We'll get you implementation support on a weekly basis, all in a pilot program that you're not charged anything. It's a free 30-day program for those that qualify. So if you're at the point where it's just not working that great, and you don't have these systems and you're in every bit of the three drivers, attract, convert, deliver, that I just went through, it is time to reach out, tap out for 45 minutes and have a conversation with me personally. Just go to realestatebschool.com. It's the only thing I have to offer you is a free conversation with me. That's the first step of getting into this pilot program. realestatebschool.com. I will see you there.